we ready to go?
Everybody's ready up. We're waiting on the killer. Actually, no, it's connecting now. Yeah. So here's Chef Mitchell, and we see him rocking a Legion. Nev 1111, maybe getting healed. Miss Plop taking a hit. Getting everybody injured again would not be a bad play here, and would make it much easier to get players down quickly. And
True.
Big mistake there by Miss Plop. The pallets are gone from this area, if I'm not mistaken, too. So that does present a problem for the team. And that'll be third hook for Lone Wolf Legend. These guys still able to pull out that last gen. God, that's crazy. Even with all that pressure just now. I mean, we can't loop currently leading Hellraisers 22-16. But that is the last gen.
I think he was just hitting the
folks.
driver on hook.
The snowball here at the end was just phenomenal. I mean, it was just phenomenal. Those traps just really screwed the team completely. But yeah, that was a fantastic showing by We Can't Loop, who is proving over and over again that, in fact, yes, they can.
This match ended up being a slaughter. Sample Tex had almost 3 times as many points as Ford Dwight's one locker in this game.
This will be second hook if he gets caught. Getting caught on a wall could play out there and could get him caught right here around the corner, but he does manage to make the vault. And there is still the safety of this pallet right here. He is not going to drop it early, instead letting Bubba use his chainsaw. Bubba mind gaming, turning around, going the other way. And Jake is going to drop it at the last second, stunning Bubba, and he's not able to get the break on the pallet. I'm pretty sure he's going to go down at the window. Oh, and Bubba gets the tantrum kill. Look, for Psycho Mantis, I mean, but he is almost done with that gen. However, Freddy now has the ability to go in pressure and slug for the 4-man. Which is probably exactly what we're going to see. Freddy is coming your way. I wouldn't stay on that. I wouldn't do it. I would probably get off that generator. Oh! The game, and Sample Text is convicted of murder. Congratulations to Sample Text.
In today's trial, we have division rivals Port Mafia versus DHOP. This match was a mess right from the very beginning, and Port Mafia came out with almost twice as many points as DHOP.
Totems, and we do see a Michael Myers, which is, a map like this, bringing in Michael Myers could be tricky. He might even be able to get a pop on this generator, too. Ooh, but it does go down. Nia coming right back to it. Well done, Nia. Well played, madam. And the survivors capitalizing on that time as we see generators just about to pop. And that
Quad
is gonna
adrenaline
be
incoming
pretty much
question mark?
game over. Quad adrenaline. Ooh, no, you wouldn't have quad adrenaline. You'd have a double. But at this point, it's really hard to say what the right call is because it's anyone's game. But she does decide to kill herself on hook. And we do see her finding Hatch immediately, so the survivor, she could be trying to go find Hatch, or she could kind of jettison her way to a gate right away. But, oh no, you're not going to be able to make that, I don't think. I don't think so. No, denied, and not going to be able to make it out. One person died, not too bad, but only 3 hooks secured by Freddy. Unfortunate, not enough, but definitely getting that 1 kill. That is going to mean that Port Mafia is convicted of murder.
We got division rivals Undying Alliance versus Siphon. This was a crushing and decisive victory for Siphon, who had a great first debut in Vigo's court.
Indeed, to see how they do. And we do see that TX Nightwolf has brought a doctor, which is a very tough killer, especially on a map like this. Another gen popping. These survivors not wasting any time, doing as many gens as possible, as quickly as possible. This is amazing, because as we said, this is one of the hardest maps for survivors. And they are just playing it so well and so strong. See, all the generators have popped, by the way. Holy crap. These survivors have wasted no time at all. This is trial number 3. ICMQLX still killing and now bringing a pig. Wasting their sprint burst. And we see Corporal Kamikaze getting that first hit right off of the totem. Not able to get the totem. They like to farm totems in this game, but they didn't get to. And almost dead-harding into nothing. But the pig going for the whiffed hit, unable to get it, but is able to get the down right there at the window. Very nice play, an early down as True Tune gets the fast vault out, but it wasn't enough. And another generator popping. These survivors are definitely showing a strength. Now they have come back full force. They are not giving up easy. 6 minutes into the game, 4 generators completed. They're coming back strong in this game. On it, TX Nightwolf working on yet another box. Let's just see. Let's just see. Nope. Still not it.
Brutal.
Corporal Kamikaze. Now in the chase with the pig. She's still crouching around. This is an interesting, weird play. Let him boop. Boop the snoot. Boop it. Just go ahead and boop it. No, he's just wasting his time. I think what we're seeing there is, again, kind of similar to the last one. And he does get the grab off of it, trying to bait the hit, but ends up getting the grab. What we were Undying Alliance 46 to Siphon's 98 in total after trial number 4, meaning Siphon is convicted of murder. Congratulations to Siphon on your first win of the season.
Anyway, today we have division rivals Loop Artists versus Flops. What can you really say about this game? This is what you expect when you face last season's finalists.
Killer, and I do question the motivation to bring him so early in the season, especially against a team we don't know much about. Anyway, 2 survivors dead now, trying to get a generator done. These guys are desperate to make some headway. Yeah, exactly. And that generator is nearly completed on Megs, and it should be popping any second now in like 3, 2, 1, pop. I guess the swing chains were slowing it down by a couple seconds. So yeah, he's going right back to it, and that's gonna be GG's, folks, I suspect. It's with a total of 11 freaking hooks by Freddy. Jesus. Jesus. And 4 kills, of course, we saw. But, I mean, 11 hooks, dude. That's a great start. Bringing the score 85 to 58 in favor of Loop Artists, who are convicted of murder. Congratulations to Loop Artists on your win today.
Today's Vision rivals are PGS, also known as Pretty Good Squad, versus Death by Pallet.
But we do have a Legion. Legion being a fairly strong killer, and I believe Gothorgy is actually a Legion main.
PGS came out this week and showed that they are no longer last season's underdogs.
Area, but they maybe could have done something to get it down, but they kind of gens before friends that one. These survivors are applying a lot of pressure, but Gothorgy showing his strength as a Legion, which we kind of expected. He is an expert Legion. He is a fantastic killer. And we do see him get the grab on Casper. Very nice play, and that'll be another basement hook for Gothorgy. And, of course, we see him get a total of 10 hooks, which is insane a number of hooks. That's just crazy. Ooh. And then, of course, 4 kills. So securing that 4K very nicely. And I think this is going to be GG as he's going to open the gate and they're going to get out. Oh, my goodness. The pain inside me. The killer inside me feels it so much. Oh, man. As a reminder, ladies and gentlemen, we've been watching the Week 1 matchups, Division Rivals Pretty Good Squad versus Death by Pallets. I thought it would be a little bit closer than it was, but Pretty Good Squad definitely, oh, that's backwards. Hey, what did Poggy do in that? Okay, actually, it would be Pretty Good Squad convicted of murder. I am really dumb today. I am so sorry, everyone. I'm so dumb.
The match between CDM and Spine Chills was a meme fest riddled with penalties. Spine Chills has thus been removed and replaced by a deity. Their match will be redone in Week 3.
I don't really know what I can say about it other than that. But yeah, we do see a lot of interesting stuff. 2 generators getting done that game. Not a whole lot going on there, unfortunately for them. But we also saw 0 escapes and a total of 12 hooks. Now, technically, he didn't get 12 hooks, but because of the disconnect at the end, it does count that last one as a hook, giving him 4 kills, and Spine Chills getting 4 to 30 against CDM. Very interesting. Now, CDM, of course, leading and defending that championship title so far. And we'll see how they do going into trial number 4. But
that's
given
trial
how
3?
That went,
no, I'm making an executive decision and recalling this.
Recalling what?
Recalling this game.
Match?
I don't know what you mean.
I think he's saying we're just calling it over. There's no way they can come back.
Not only that, but they clearly think that this is a joke, and I don't take that very kindly.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we are calling it quits here for this one, so I think that's going to be it for this. All right, folks, we're looking at Division Rivals today.
And last but not least, we have our match of the week. We overslept an Object of Depression. Game 1 was exciting, with Real Zappings taking the Twins and managing to get the 4K.
Playing the Twins, doing really well so far, but the survivors not making any waste, using as much of their time as possible to just complete generators. About to see another generator pop in just a moment. Oh, Salty Medic running right into the killer. Unlucky. FXCKZ trying to get the victor off of them. It is very hard to keep up with what's happening, but I think I kind of, like, there's just so much slugging and downing, and this is very standard, by the way. This is standard affair that I've seen with this killer, is that there's just a lot of slugging going on. And this can really prolong the game. I think this is why the game gets prolonged, is because of all the slugging. Good God, that's hard to look at. Okay, let's get off of that screen. The real Zappies now going in for the down. But, I mean, look, they're getting gens pretty much close to done. I mean, look how close that was. I mean, they could theoretically recover from this, at least in part. But if Bill goes down, that is going to be death hook for Bill, although Fang hasn't yet been hooked. And she could potentially find Hatch and get out. And she does use her Styptic agent, trying to get a little bit extra. She's going to maybe on purpose take a hit, but Victor overshooting it. This is a tough one, and she does go down, not being able to get her Styptic agent used, unfortunately. And that's going to mean, of course, that Object of Depression is currently in the lead going into the next trial. Trial
Game
number 2
is a very close match. Object of Depression giving Zed a couple extra hooks at the end, but still managing to get two escapes.
Effectively trying to get hits on everybody, maybe? No, stopping it first. As we see now, the killer is going to have a total of 5 hooks this game so far. And all generators now popping. Fantastic play by OOD, getting all the gens done, and only... Oh, the real Zappies could be the one to go down at the end here on second hook. Let's see how he does. Dead harding to the pallet for distance, but it wasn't enough. Going down as she drops it. That is unfortunate for the real Zappies. As we see, probably Brizzo and Isoaked and Bleach going for the unhook and perhaps opening a gate at this very moment, which I think is exactly what we're seeing. And Legion stuck for a moment there. Now back again. Ooh, trying to bait the hit, and does bait it, but then is going to go down right now by the hook, Brizzo.
If they're coordinated, if they got borrowed time, they can definitely all get out of here.
These hooks are close together, and... Oh, man, I just don't see it. I think they're going to have to give a 2K, or they're going to get too greedy and maybe even give them a 3 or 4 if they're not careful. So it's a very close game with a total of 2 kills.
In game 3, we saw we overslept.
Yes, it is a Freddy, ladies and gentlemen. I should have noticed that immediately,
almost
but I didn't look down.
lead.
All right, well, he's going to get Isoaked and Bleach down again right here at the hook as Don't Come Near Me was trying to get the unhook, but wasn't able to secure it and gets 2 people down. How much damage do you think they can do? Do you think they can do any more gens or even escape?
I think they maybe got 1 more gen in them, but like she's in chase. They might be done.
Yeah, moments like that are going to ruin it for you. That could be the end of that.
This was again a really fun back and forth. Yeah, I thought the survivors were going to pull it out.
So overall, like, what do you think your team needs to improve on, and then what are you proud of your team for today?
Well, I had only just woke up before this game started, so I didn't play any of the prior 3 games.
You heard that right, folks. Object of Depression went and woke up Shiny to play his Freddy.
Now getting a hit on FXCKZ. Now everybody's injured, so they either have to reset and heal, or he's going to get some very quick downs on these players. But Shiny61 is going after the Fang, who... No, he's switching again back to Dwight. Instead, going in dead hard, going into the down. Very nice play, and going to try to stop Fang from healing, but the survivor's completely resetting. Getting some gens done as well. They're not pushovers, these guys. Object of Depression struggling to make headway. We do see Shiny get a hit again, but again, they just reset, so everybody's completely healed back up. He still hasn't gotten a hook. He left G-Men on the ground. And we see them completing a generator, just leaving G-Men to bleed out. I wonder what the play was there from the survivors, just leaving him to bleed out. And we do see FXCKZ finally getting on a hook. He's going to go around the long way. This is an unsafe area. Don't do it like that. I would have dropped that pallet earlier, but that wall can be unsafe. Freddy can mind game it very easily. And Salty Medic probably knows how to play these a little better, but he does mind game it very effectively. Beautiful play there by Freddy, able to get Salty Medic down quickly. Ooh, and a grab on G-Men 4674. Borrowed time hit or a Styptic agent. I'm not sure which one it was. I'm pretty sure they were not on a hook. Getting now a down on Kush Bandit. Very nice play. Brizzo says, watching this stresses me out so much. I'm feeling it too. I feel like you guys are wondering why I'm so off, and it's not for any particular reason other than it's just hard to follow. Now, we did see her pop her Styptic agent, and he is waiting it out. He is waiting out those 8 seconds very carefully. Dwight coming back the wrong way, but he's going to dead hard forward toward the window. It's going to be enough distance, though, as he's able to vault this, baiting the vault. Oh, very nice play by Dwight, but it's not going to be enough. He is going to go down by the rock. Maybe he actually woke up. And a very nice dead hard by Ace. But that death hook would have been way more worth it. And does get the down on FXCKZ, who, by the way, is also on Death Hook. Is he actually going to hook someone? Or, like, what's the plan here, dude? What's the plan here, Shiny? Come on, man. There we go. There we go. Let's get some hooks, man. There you go.
They got a,
I mean,
they got a gen, though.
Yeah, they just got a gen, but, I mean, it's been, like, a 6-10 minute gen almost. Let's be real. So, I mean, that's... I don't see them getting another kind of hunting them down. They're going to have a chance to reset here completely, but he does hear them healing. Ooh, going for a swing, but they're a little bit too far back. Does find this one just barely unhealed. I think she's like maybe like 99% healed. Didn't quite finish it. Kush Bandit taking a hit for her, but with everything around it being pretty much non-existent, it is a dead zone, and she does go down. Salty Medic going down right by the pallet. Not going to be enough, guys. Not going to be enough, and I think this is going to be starting to see GG. And that was trial number 4, with a total of 3 generators getting completed that trial by the Survivor Squad. No escapes, unfortunately. A very close game at the end where maybe Dwight could have made it, but 11 hooks, ladies and gentlemen. 11 hooks and 4 kills. Phenomenal plays by Shiny61. A total of 77 to 54 in favor of Object of Depression. Phenomenal scoring all around. Object of Depression is convicted of murder.
Easy. I didn't put y'all in the top 3 in my rankings last night, but after that showing from Cormac, I might have to reconsider that. Shiny, my man. Did you come in with like a chip on your shoulder? Were you trying to prove something? Because it just felt like you were... I don't think I've ever seen you play so well. I think that's the best I've ever seen you play.
I don't know whether to take that as a compliment or an insult. Well, I had only just woke up before this game started, so I didn't play any of the prior 3 games. So I came into it, and I think we had a 3-point lead coming into my last game, which meant that all I needed to do was break even beforehand. So that made my life an awful lot easier rather than going in under a deficit. And then there's just some small tweaks, maybe small decision-making things that can have a larger impact long-term, but there's no real major issues.
So before the first gen even pops, trying to bait out a hit there, but not able to get it. Freaky JT able to get away. That was a missed decisive strike. And that is an insta-down. Oof.
Welcome back, everybody. This is Vigo's Court. I'm your Judge Little Brewguard, and with me is Counselor Poggy. Today we have another exciting game for you guys. Let's see what's on the docket.
Dockets, right. Let's do that quickly because we're short on time.
We are. In today's trial, we have Flops versus DHOP going head-to-head on Fractured Cowshed with 156 square tiles, 9,984 square meters, 8 hooks minimum, 13 hooks max, and 1 permagen, which I believe is in the cowshed?
Yes.
Is that correct?
Yes, I think so. It sounded right when you said it.
Yes. And this has been around since the game's inception, right? This is a OG map, if you will.
Yes. And just so you guys know, they're going right now into it. Like, we're not even wasting any time at all. So why don't we run a rule video for you guys to get us started? And for those of you that are new here, here's how the game works. Hello everyone, we're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each role twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. Survivors can only bring 2 of a perk or item. Survivors can only bring yellow and brown items, and BP bonuses are awarded post-trial. Broken rules may result in penalties or restarts. Okay, folks, welcome back. We are in Week 2 matchup division rivals Flops versus DHOP. And yeah, we're loading in now. It's about done, so we're going to jump into the game in just a moment. And why does it say trial number 4 up on the top of the screen? What is that about? What the heck? What the actual heck? Oh, I know why it's doing it. We're just going to invisible that for right now, and we're going to jump into the game. What happened? Oh, the killer DC'd from the match.
Would DC'd.
Yeah, what happened there? Anybody?
Do not know.
Huh.
Also, we have a gifted jury from Lesbian Love. Thank you very much to Mr. What's It To Ya.
I was super excited, and then we got a jury gift sub. Very nice. Thank you so much for the support. But while we're waiting, I guess I'll fix this other thing, because apparently killers just be DCing from matches. After all that, I don't know what happened, but it seemed like a NAT issue, perhaps. So maybe not the killer's fault.
We got a sub war going on in the chat. Lesbian Love and What's It To Ya going at it, gifting subs. Thank you so much.
Holy cow! Thank you guys for the support. Wow, 1, 2, 3, 4 gifted subs so far. Jeez, you guys are paying it forward. Yes, appreciate that. So I don't know, Rue. Do we want to chat for like a moment about what we're going to see from these 2 teams today?
I'm expecting a close game personally. They both played, if I remember correctly, Loop Artists and Port Mafia respectively, which are 2 incredibly good teams. And they lost fairly handedly, I would say. However, that makes it sound like these 2 will be much more evenly matched. We will see. I predict a close game personally. I don't know about you.
I'm feeling like it's going to be fairly close too, although I think I'm edging on FPS just a little bit, but I don't know. It's too hard to say too early in the season to say because these 2 teams are so new that I do feel like it might be FPS on top, but only barely. Like my radar is not peaking that hard on them, maybe 52%. So we'll see. But yeah, they're loading in again, and I guess while we wait for that to load, we'll just sit here and chat to the chat. So you guys, apparently there might have been a wrong map. Is that what it was?
I do not know it. We didn't get to see.
No, it was too quick. Way too quick.
Very quick.
5 tier 1 subs gifted from Mr. What's It To Ya. Holy crap. Welcome, everybody, to the jury. Thank you, Mr. What's It To Ya. We appreciate that. Wow. Thank you for the support, man.
Thank you very much.
So LaLucin, Howard1167, Old Kiwick, Cyboat Lel, and Riff, they all have joined the jury thanks to the generosity of Mr. What's It To Ya.
Looks like we do have a wrong map. You are correct.
Ooh, so it was a wrong map. That sounds like a potential foul play. Foul play?
Indeed.
It's being enforced as well.
Okay, they're enforcing it.
All right.
That is going to be rough.
For sure, for sure.
All right, well, folks, I think we're about to start again. We had a false start with a bad call from, I believe it was the killer who set the map, right? And apparently put in the wrong map choice at the beginning and immediately DC'd. That's unfortunate. We do see a Freddy, though, which is definitely a killer fan favorite. A lot of people love Freddy, and we are able to see a nice aura right there by that totem. Now chasing the Laurie Strode. running into a Claudette who's kind of just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Ooh, a dead hard. He turns around successfully and gets the down. Wow.
Ooh.
A great start for Freddy. That was definitely wrong place, wrong time, and he did exactly what I was talking about before, earlier in the season, or not even that long ago, like 2 days ago or so, where you have the survivors will dead hard forward into you, and you turn around and hit them. That's kind of like a guaranteed hit if you react correctly, and he did. He reacted perfectly to that. So we do see them going for the unhook, and Freddy kind of just setting up his stuff. Is he potentially going back to the unhook? Yes, he is, kind of. We also see someone working on totems. He's going to go teleport and try to get that totem back. However, Laurie Strode, I believe that was, is hearing him teleport, so gets off the totem and runs away immediately. Getting a ton of distance, too. So a strong start for Freddy. The survivor is having a little bit of trouble getting started, but they are kind of getting their bearings, I think, getting back together. Laurie Strode able to escape the mind game from Freddy back there, but does get, caught up against the hay bales and gets a hit right by the pallet. That was actually a little bit scary. Does end up touching the snare and drops the pallet early. Smart play by the Laurie Strode. As C. Dills 9 is going to be working her way back to the jungle gym where there is yet another pallet. Now, this is a mind gameable pallet, so she does have to be careful. Oh! I thought she was going to drop it immediately, but kind of hesitated, and I think that was a big mistake on her part. Also, Freddy's singing is absolutely horrendous on spectator mode. Jesus Christ, that is breaking my eardrums.
Through that.
All right. Gorilla Glue King. Daytara 101. Now in a chase at the Killer Shack, taking a hit right outside. Now working our way to the TNL loop. Is she going to stay here for safety or run past it? No, she's going to stay here. Yeah, that's a smart choice, I think. No. Decides to abandon it. And this could be where she goes down, landing into a tree. Does a dead hard forward away, but this might not be enough. And does she get to the window? She does not quite make it. Going down right by the window. Unlucky. And we do see one generator getting done as Freddy teleports to it quickly to try to get it stopped, but not able to stop it. Ash Black is taking a hit. And a snare. And putting a styptic agent, a smart play probably in that moment to avoid taking yet another down for the team. Good time to use that styptic. Please, for the love of all that is good in this world, turn around and look behind you. Oh, man.
Oh.
Oh, man.
Oh.
All right, let's sit on Freddy for a moment, because that singing is going to... I'm going to have nightmares of that. Oh, a nice Sabo play by... I don't even know who it was. I didn't even see them. Claudette going in for another one, but not able to get to that one. That was nice. Nice Blendette play. Blendette now in a chase. Right by the hook. She's going to want to get distance away from this hook for sure. And she does get that distance. There is still a safe pallet here. Is going to dead hard for distance and drop the pallet. Nice drop. I think she also got the stun. Very good play.
Ooh.
Now going to Killer Shack, stepping on the snare and waiting for Freddy so that she can react properly. Going around. Ooh, dropping God Pallet immediately. Not going to try to loop it at all. I feel like they could have done a little bit more there with looping, but I can understand the reaction to be safe. And Freddy is once again not being seen behind you. You don't see him looking. Claudette not looking behind her. So we're going to kick the pallet. Very smart already to kick that. That is an unsafe pallet, but she ran away from it immediately. I don't know. That's a tough one. I may have just left it there or fake the kick. But he gets it down anyway, so it doesn't matter. And is going to put her on the hook, and that'll be a second hook for Claudette, and a fourth hook so far this game with a second generator finally getting done. Freddy has a huge advantage in this game right now. Rue, what are your thoughts so far on this one?
The tempo's been back and forth. There's a lot of pallets thrown in that chase, though, and if Freddy can zone them into that chase area, they've got a problem. and I don't
Right.
think they'll be able to come out of it. If they can spread out the gens a bit, they have a shot, but I almost feel like it's about to tip into Freddy's favor. Someone's death hook. All they have to do is take notice of that and just get them down, and this game's over
Right.
for the survivors, in my opinion.
Exactly. And he did get a nice stun on the survivor, or on the killer, and he does manage to bait a whiff out. Nice play there, but does ultimately go down right there by the pallet. And that'll be a second hook as well for Ashblack, putting him on death hook. So 2 survivors will be on death hook at 3 gens left. And are they working on gens right now? Let's take a look. Yeah, they have a Gorilla Glue King. That is the Claudette who's on death hook. Daytara 101. Not doing a gen yet. Going in for the unhook. And C-Dill's working on a gen in the Killer Shack. And Ashblack still just hanging out. Going for the Claudette. Smart play to go for the Claudette. Even though she's not yet injured, she is now. And is going to be on death hook if he gets her down. This will be pretty much a GG for this killer this early in the game.
Yeah, this is a ton of hooks for only 2 gens popping.
It really is. And he is probably sticking to her. Yeah, he's definitely sticking on top of her. She's going to have to drop that pallet early, but not good enough. She's going to go down. That's going to be the end for Gorilla Glue King, and now out of the game. Please stop the singing. Oh, my goodness. Wow. A strong start for... why is the score broken? Anybody know the answer to that question? It's showing 0 for their score. Yeah.
There was
weird.
a
Penalty.
minus 10 penalty.
Oh, thank you. So it's not broken. It's just not... Okay, got it. Thank you for the update. I was
Freddie
confused.
has
I thought maybe
already
something went wrong on my
equalized
end.
that penalty out of that. No. the
I see that, yeah.
Like, Freddie's already offset it, so he's doing a good job.
Yeah, he is, and he may even be able to bring this out ahead as a result. But by that I mean not ahead of 0, but ahead of the other team quite easily. And also, Daytara probably going to go down right here. Yeah, going down quickly. Holy crap. Tough matchup. FPS, a strong showing. I told you they were edging out a bit. It was just that one mistake at the beginning that cost them some extra points, but I mean, they are bringing it back. They are not being hindered by that.
One thing of notice is that this isn't going to be a super high hook game, because it looks
Right.
like one of these survivors is I'm guessing Datara is going to die first hook.
A very good chance
That
of
would be
that.
my guess.
And Datara did actually get up with Unbreakable.
Ooh.
And, ooh, Laurie Strode taking a hit. That pallet really not too safe. Now both survivors injured. Very likely they're going to take it down here. I would like to see at least one more generator pop by these survivors if they can manage to sneak away from Freddy, but it's not looking too good, especially with no safety over here. There's no pallets left over here. God pallet gone. I think this is the only one, and she is going to go down right over the top of it. Oof. Big major oof F's in the chat for the oof. Well, ladies and gentlemen, and he's going to go for the 4-man slug. Trying to find Daytara, and Freddy closing in. This could be it for Daytara 101 and for DHOP Survivor Squad in the first game. They are running short on pallets over in this area. Ooh, runs into a snare too. It's getting very closed in. He tries to bait out a hit, and Freddy patiently waits for her to do her jukes as she dead hards into hay bales and doesn't quite make it. And that is going to be GG, ladies and gentlemen, unless, of course, C-Dills also has an Unbreakable. But I'm just going to tell you now, no, they don't have one. So it's pretty much GG.
So one
And now
thing
he's
also
gonna go
worth
find
noting
the
is
other
we've seen a lot of Freddys in the opening of the season.
We have, and that is a curious choice. I mean, Freddy's such a strong killer. Why would you want to use him this early in the season? I mean, they can use him again 2 more times. That's obviously viable, but I am curious why we would bring him so early.
Maybe they're just testing the waters, hedging their bets a bit. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it could be. It could be. But yeah, that's a full 4-man destruction on DHOP. And that is obviously going to be a very good score for FPS. So really quick, I'm going to read out the build that he had. He had the swing chains and jump rope, very standard to slow down survivors. And of course, Hex, Ruin, Hex Undying, Tinkerer, and Save the Best for Last. Not a bad selection of perks at all. We have the 3 meta perks there pretty much, and then a little bit of a deviation with Save the Best for Last. But yeah, it worked out really well for him.
The best for last, I think, is just a preference. I like it on some killers as well. It does a lot of work, especially when you're just trying to chain. If it punishes altruism, in my opinion, and so I'm not too surprised to see it. It's a good perk on Freddy. I would assume. I play it a couple times. Trying to read these other perks. So we got pretty standard showing from the survivors too. DSs, dead hards across the board. Just Freddy is a punishing killer to go against. What can you say? Especially swing chains. Swing chains, just the slowdown is so brutal. I will say Tinkerer. I like Tinkerer occasionally. Also seen surveillance. There's just with Freddy, you just want all the information you can get, right? Because teleporting around, very helpful. What?
No, I was agreeing with you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, pretty standard Freddy. Good showing. Pretty good amount of points too. That's a good score for the killer. But definitely bringing that score back from that penalty. If it wasn't for the penalty, that might have been a blowaway for the first one. Actually, it probably would have been.
Is the score correct? Do we have word from the Peanut Gallery?
Score is correct.
Thank you.
That's why.
I just wasn't sure. Okay, let's just go into the post game and we'll be right back. All right, folks, we're watching Week 2 Division matchup, Division Rivals FPS versus DHOP. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're enjoying the show, and you're watching Vigo Scored. This is your trial number 1 breakdown. A total of 3 generators getting done this game. And we also saw how many escapes, folks? 0. That's right, 0. A nice 4K by the killer. 9 total hooks. Phenomenal start with 4 kills. So let's see what that score was during this trial. 24-8 in favor of FPS this game. And that means that FPS is leading going into trial number 2. And yeah, their image has some green in it. So it gets green screened. Don't you love it? All right. Let's look at some highlights. Let's do some highlightos. So Rue, take us through some of these highlights as I load them up really quick. There you go.
Chad had a good point worth touching on with Freddy is that we often see with Freddy Ruin Undying because it's just
I do need you to hold in killer position for me.
Whoa, hello? Sorry, hang on. You guys talked over each other and I couldn't hardly hear one of you. I'm going to killer position.
I need you to hold in killer position for a moment.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. All right, Rue, continue your breakdown.
Chat was going on about Undying because Undying is fixing to get its rework, aka its nerf. And it's not like I disagree that the nerf was needed. The Undying is such an oppressively good perk. But now it's going to be also a bit more diverse. You can bring with Devour Hope and such. But I'm wondering what these killers that play, Freddy, always Undying Ruin. I don't think we've seen a Freddy play yet that did not have Undying Ruin. I'm curious if they're going to stick with Undying Ruin, if it's still going to hold up for these killers, or if they're going to have to switch to a slightly more gen-aggressive build, using Pop, Surge, and the combination of those. It's possible that Ruin Undying is still going to be powerful enough to keep it around, but I just don't know. I want to see what builds we will be seeing going forward on Freddy, Spirit, same way, any of these top-tier M1 killers. Hit or miss on other ones, but these two
if you want my thoughts, I worked on this on the PTB quite a bit, and I will tell you that Ruin Undying is pretty much dead, kind of. But what's not is Devour Hope Undying for sure. That's going to be super strong now because the tokens will transfer to the other totem now instead of resetting. So that is a big plus, and you get that 1 free protection on Devour Hope, and it worked a lot in the PTB, so I'm actually looking forward to seeing if the meta changes to that or something similar.
So DHOP just got a foul for not having a profile picture up with their character or outfit.
Okay.
5 points.
There you go.
Do they need to
5-point
be-
foul toward D-Hop.
Do they need to be Claudette going forward? Because they appeared, I would believe they appeared as Claudette this game.
Oh, is that what the issue was? Oh, yes.
Okay, just making sure for future games. Thank you. All right. But
Okay.
yeah, going back to Ruin Undying, I would be very curious how things go forward. Yeah, I wouldn't mind Devour Hope being the new thing with Undying. I think that'd be really interesting in a shakeup. Killers maybe even foregoing gen aggression to just go all out chase mode. I don't know. I will say this update to Ruin Undying will probably be the biggest shift I foresee this league undergoing as far as meta shift. And it's in week 2, or I'm sorry, week 3. I think is when we'll see it. So will be
I look forward
interesting
to
to see how it goes for. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting.
I've wanted
Not
to
to
see
mention-
some, like, I know I say this literally like every stream, but I've wanted to see the meta change. I'd like to see it change every month. I'd like to see the meta get shaken up by behavior every single month. I'd like to see them change a bunch of perks at random and just try out random numbers and see what works and what doesn't, and just let it experiment. Let it be what it is. I mean, there's other games that do that with their metas and just shake up things like that, and it works really well. It can be broken sometimes for sure. But that's kind of what keeps it exciting. It keeps people guessing, and it's not the same thing over and over again.
True, and we do see something like that also coming with the PTB changes. I don't know if I haven't seen if they're going to keep it or not. I would assume they would, and that was the timer changing for mending, if I remember correctly, right? They shortened
I
it
think
from
so.
30 seconds to 20. So,
Right.
and not saying that Legion is immediately more viable, but Legion got an inherent buff from that, I would say. So,
Right.
I'm curious to see what happens.
Well, the team is readying up, and we're about to go in, so I'm going to roll the second rules video in just a moment, folks. But don't forget, follow, subscribe, and hang out with us. We love having you here. We hope you're enjoying the show, and we'll be right back in just a moment. You're watching Vigo's Court. All right, everyone, we're going to be looking at how the game works from the killer side. Now, killer points. Each survivor is worth a total of 6 points per survivor. First hook is 1 point, second is 2, and third is 3 points. Progressing is only 1 point. Killer bonus points. Every 5,000 blood points is 1 point. Getting to hatch first is also 1 point. A killer can only be used a total of 3 times in the season. Killers have a 150 millisecond ping limit. Also, should a reset occur, the killer and perks must remain the same. Bringing the wrong map is a forced reset, and minus 10 points. Bringing a killer a 4th time is 10 points off, and changing a build after is also 10 points. Not being on the roster is a 5 point and a reset. Just read from Okay, folks, here we go. We're back again with Week 2 matchups, Division Rivals, FPS versus DHOP. Ladies and gentlemen, we're back here again, and we're loading in right now, actually, at this very particular moment. Well, let's take a look at what we got and who's going to be surviving and who's going to be killing. So we have Duriaz on Killer playing a Wraith. And from left to right, from my wonderful fam on Discord, we have Feed Kills, Heavenly, Lusty, and XX-Raz1KXX. And Wraith already finding some survivors right by the Fractured Cowshed. And has uncloaked himself and has now lost the survivor. So bringing Wraith... a strange choice, as we already see a totem dropping, too. As he bing-bongs his way to the first chase. Going after, I think that's a Dwight. Yeah, that's a Dwight. He's chasing after a Senor Dwight, who is Feed Kills. And doing some weird camera work, a little nod to the killer, I think that was, and is going to loop it. He's not just going to immediately throw a God Pallet. He is going to try to loop it as much as he can, it seems like, which is kind of fun to see. Like, we don't often see survivors taking that risk and looping, and instead usually choosing to drop pallets early. And he seems to have juked the Wraith away to some other location. Or Wraith has decided to give up chase. That is one thing that is notable about Wraith, is that he's not great in long chases. You probably would... I mean, I probably would have abandoned that killer shack before we even got to it. And he did decide to loop it a little bit. But Diriaz did eventually abandon it and find some other survivors. He's having trouble actually locating and getting any hits on any survivors. I don't even think he's hit anyone yet. We do see this gen very close to popping, and he did interrupt it with Hex Ruins, so that is definitely a benefit in his favor. We do see Dwight up here as he goes over and across. He's going to have to go down, and a generator popping as we're talking about it, too. 2 generators popping, and gets a stun on the killer. Going to flashlight him and blind him, but misses the blind. Kind of a wasted time he could have been using to run away. But not a big deal for Dwight, as he does find some safety. And bing-bonging away, Dwight is taking a lot of distance. Every time he bing-bongs, he seems to take some extra distance. And another totem going down. I do believe that would have been his Hex Ruin, too. Feed Kills is harassing this poor killer. As we see Wraith now whiffing into the hay bales. And another generator popping. That was the one that was regressing just briefly. He is dedicating very hard to this chase, and I think this is going to play against him. Wraith is very much a hit-and-run type killer, and sticking to this chase he seems to understand was a bad call, and is now moving on to try to chase someone else. Now, one interesting thing, the new update is going to have Wraith with perfect, or not perfect, but a true invisibility at greater than, I believe it's 24 meters. I don't feel like it's far enough, in my opinion. It might be 16, but even so, it's still not very far. But we do see them actually getting hits now, finally. So he has 2 hits, one on Feed Kills, one on Heavenly. Now he just needs to secure some downs. Feed Kills maybe already healing, too. Nice whiff there, but at the same time, I know what he was trying to do, and it was actually not a bad play. He was hoping the server would just kind of walk into it and be at the pallet. He wasn't, but that was a smart idea. Credit where it's due. It just wasn't lucky. And she does see the pallet is gone from this jungle gym and is instead going to leave and try to loop around the longer one here. And she takes the long wall and sees Wraith go around the other way, again whiffing at the pallet. Not a bad play once again. That was kind of a lucky call that she turned around. But only 1 gen remaining for this killer, and he is just struggling. This gen almost completed too. Jeez. And with no ruin, this is going to be probably GG for Diriaz with 0 hooks so far, as we see Discordance now going off. Trying desperately to chase and get a down on somebody. Going to kick with no benefit whatsoever, just to start a regression and then immediately leaving it. All it takes is 1 survivor to go right back to it. But now they're splitting up on gens as well. These survivors are just giving Diriaz a really hard time. 5 minutes into the game, and we're about to see all 5 generators done. Ooh. And he kind of mind-gamed himself there, right around her. Oh my goodness, that was hard to watch. He literally walked right past her. Diriaz struggling to hold it together, probably feeling some nerves. Does finally get a hit, and again, the bing bong away. Now, this is something that is worth mentioning, of course, is that Wraith is just not a strong killer in general. It's not that he's not viable, he's just not particularly strong. And we're kind of seeing that play against the Wraith. As we check in on our survivor squad really quickly, we see a generator just about to pop. And instead of going back after the other survivor, he's going to chase after the healthy ones. And all 5 generators now completed. There is just so much we could talk about with what's going wrong for the Wraith right now. But also what's going right for the survivors is that they're just juggling him very effectively, switching around, healing back up, not letting him really get any downs at all. They're just doing so well at these loops, too. As Raz, ooh, almost goes down. Very first down would have been right at the exit. And she does finally go down after nearly 6 minutes of no downs at all. Finally secures a down. Now you have to wonder, are these survivors going to get a little greedy? Ooh, and a basement hook too. Are they going to get greedy and try to go for the unhook? I believe they will. It looks like Dwight is exactly trying to do that right now, as he forces some whiffs. Oh, finally gets it. Gets the hit. Is going to take it. Does she have borrowed time? Dwight still hasn't taken a hit. She does have borrowed time. Does take a hit there for free. Oof. This is going to be a 4-man escape, I do believe. I'm pretty sure that gate, wherever it is that they're going to, is 99. It sure is, and that's going to be it for Diriaz, struggling to make any headway against these survivors who are showing no mercy to this killer. Kind of reminds me of that meme. And we do see her going for a hatch play as well. And I do believe Dwight is going for the other exit. That is right, indeed. So that is a perfect game score for this Survivor squad, I believe. How quaint. Yep. Wow. Ooh. Wow. Jeez, ooh, dude. Oh, man.
I think you summed it up best when you said he's having trouble and then followed up with the phrase, these survivors are juggling him so well. The killer should be juggling the survivors, not the other way around.
I agree.
I think that might have been the issue.
I think they gave him that. He just gave them way too much rope.
The Ruin Undying popped early. He committed to a chase far longer than he should have with that Dwight. That Dwight... They shouldn't have been in chase past the first pallet going down, in my opinion. Immediately after that break chase, go find some gens. You've got discordance. You could possibly find someone that way. I personally do not disagree. I do not agree with save the best for last on Wraith. I think it's a waste of time. You probably want sloppy or some kind of information perk. You're not going to be trying to follow up your hit very quickly. You just go back into the spirit realm. You cloak, go back, get close to them, go again.
Right.
Not an optimized build, and Ruin Undying did nothing. They didn't try and juggle gens.
Scores right, but we are waiting on a penalty. You can move on.
That was just hard to watch, and apparently there may be another penalty coming up. I don't know what it is, but we'll find out in a minute. But first, why don't we do our post-game breakdown? We'll be right back, and then we'll read some of your chat messages as well when we look at highlights. So here we go, folks. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're watching Week 2 Division Rivals, Flops versus DHOP. You're watching Vigo's Court. Welcome to the show. Hope you're enjoying your Thursday evening. And this is your trial number 2 breakdown. A total of 5 generators getting done very quickly, I might add. A very short game. 4-man escape. One of them even got through hatch. And 1 total hook for the Wraith, which is hard to see. And, of course, 0 kills as well. And that brings 29-3 in favor of FPS. So well played to FPS. They're leading now going into trial number 3. So we'll see how they do in the next game. Again, playing Survivor Squad, I do believe, with the killer on Diriaz, probably. So here are your highlights. Rue, you can walk us through the highlights, or we can read some chat, or maybe a little bit of both.
Honestly, there's not much to recap. The survivors... I would say the one thing they did really properly was not just leaving. They made sure that they got the basement save, and they got both exit gates. They got the hatch. They did their best to maximize points this game, despite the fact that they pretty much snowballed from the beginning against the Wraith. So props to them, making sure that they optimize their points as much as possible to increase their lead optimally and efficiently. So props to that. Otherwise, I feel bad for the Wraith. It's a Wraith, like I said, tough killer. This is not particularly a killer-sided map, so I don't know what the point of bringing Wraith here would be. And just it was tough. It was very tough. I am ready to read chat. Let's see. I want my 10 minutes back. 10 minutes of what? Puggy still hasn't said hi to me. ASMR kitten purrs.
Wait a minute now. You want your 10 minutes back? You didn't enjoy the show with me? You didn't enjoy me and Rue's commentary? I mean, come on. We're at least trying to make it fun for you. I mean, come on. Come on, man. What? Why you gotta be like
We
that?
got a high five redeem. We got to do a high five.
ASMR Kitten Purrs. Poggy still hasn't said hi to me. Hi, ASMR Kitten Purrs. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. Appreciate it. All right, let's do a high five for the chat really quick, and we'll go right back to clips. Are you ready for some high fives? Oh, wow.
I got
Wow.
all line it right.
He's
There we go.
ready. He's ready. Boop.
Oh, I am so ready. Oh, baby. It's so laggy.
It is a little bit
That
laggy.
delayed
Yes.
reaction. We'll time it eventually.
So it's
You know-
another profile picture penalty for FPS against FPS.
Okay. I mean, is it really going to matter, though? Their score is pretty far ahead. I mean, other than the fact that it's not good for their potential stats, even though we're not really tracking fouls just yet on the stat sheet. We will be probably next season. Something I intend to work on.
One thing I'm wondering if this might have gotten to Wraith too is that feed kills was all about the not like borderline BMing in a way, just the flashlight clickies. They were acting like that survivor you see when you load into a game and it's just object of obsession. You're just like, oh, this again. I wonder if that got to him. I wonder if that made him, kind of tunnel focus on them for the first bit of the game. I can't confirm, but I have been guilty of this before. I don't know if that would have played a part into it at all, though.
I
We
honestly
got-
couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Kenstar in before DHOP comeback. I mean, if DHOP can mount a comeback from this, I will be impressed. I think it would be epic.
Honestly, if you
Don't
just
know.
want my, I mean, we could do a breakdown of every mistake that the killer made. And I mean, yeah, there's a ton of them. Like, we can definitely go over that. The survivors played really optimally. So, I mean, when the survivors play optimally, when they play perfect, it's really, really hard to capitalize on that because you have to be the one that zones them into the wrong positions. You can't rely on their mistakes if they're not making any. So you have to force them into a mistake position. And if you can't do that, here's kind of the result. Like, you just end up with all 5 gens getting done and a 4-man escape. Now, what we saw Wraith do incorrectly, I think, was just commit too hard to too many strong loop chases. And he is a hit and run killer for the most part, and I just don't think that he really played to that strength of Wraith at all. That's kind of my breakdown of it in general. But I don't know.
I don't disagree.
It's hard.
I think they could have used a bit more information perks. Just like you said, just not a very optimal play in just about every area. After you get a pallet down, could have left. Just, yeah, tough play. Tough play. But maybe they'll take this and, go into practice and work on it. That's why we have these videos, right?
That would be why we have... Yes, that would be it. That would be the reason. Now, ASMR Dwight Moan says, Sam said we were getting emotes Monday. And then he goes, biatch, it's almost Friday. So, I mean, yeah. I mean, blame Sam. That's probably the ideal choice. No, it's just we're waiting on the artist, and we can't obviously rush the artist, apparently. They are going to take as long
And
as
it's
they
not
take.
emotes. It's badges.
Sub badges. Right, sub badges we're waiting for.
Biatch.
Emotes are coming another time. I need to get... Sam's told me what he wanted, but I really need it in writing, and I just hadn't written it down for the emotes. But we'll get emotes as well. We're so sorry for the delay on those things, guys. It's just a lot of other stuff we're juggling and making some forgetful errors, and that's just a thing that happens. So, yeah, I mean, right here, for example, this chase, he looped this Dwight way too much around this. He has no way of stopping a loop like that. He's just an M1 killer when he's in chase, which is why you shouldn't chase like that. And, of course, losing the Dwight around the corner was not ideal either.
Yeah, going at 5 gens in looping that, especially with the pallet was next to there, and then there's a jungle gym also next to there. Just, you should have left the Dwight right there, 100%. You don't want to spend, 30 to 40 seconds looping the shack, not getting the pallet drop, and just so much wasted time. So much wasted time. To be fair, though, in a benefit of the doubt to the Wraith, I despise this map. I hate every single corn map in existence. This is no exception. But
Oh, yeah, for sure.
again, you can take other killers. Wraith is not optimal here for sure.
And another thing, when I forgot who that killer, Cheryl, sorry, Cheryl Mason. Whenever she's when she was doing that slowdown in front of you, you know she has borrowed time, right? I mean, that's what she's going to do. So I would have maybe counted it out and tried to get her to a pallet, and if she wasted or used the pallet, then okay, fine. But giving her the free hit to get away, okay, bad choice, I think, in that situation. You should have maybe go ahead and counted out the 15 seconds. Same thing with the Styptic agent. When I believe it was Dwight used a Styptic agent, I'm not sure if that's who it was, but right in the middle of a chase, I would have counted out the 8 seconds and just waited it out and not gone for a hit immediately.
I think it was the Fang that did that, but
It-
yeah,
it may
exactly.
have been,
Just things that you
Yeah, I think it was
notice
Fang.
as you play the game.
Right,
For
exactly,
sure.
and it's something that I do a lot, even when I play a not really a chasing killer like Hag. I'll just stop taking any teleports for that period and just count out 15 seconds or 8 seconds, and nice butt there, Fang. And I will actually wait it out and get the down again, even if it's just a slug, and I don't pick them up right away. I will still take it. But here we go. Our squad is now readying up again. This is the Survivor Squad going up against a different killer now. Game Changer 201 taking the place of Diriaz.
Let's see if it's going to be a game changer. Sorry, I had to. I'm sorry.
I'm glad it was you. If I were being real, I'm glad it was you. So let's take a look at the last real video we have, and that'll be how the Survivor Squad points are scored. All right, folks, we're going to be looking at how the Survivors side earns their points, and let's look at all their objective score points, counting down from 5 generators. 5 and 4 are worth 1 point each. 3 and 2 gens are worth 2 points each, and 1 is worth 3 points. 1 escape is worth 1 point. 2 escapes is worth 2 points. 3rd escape is worth 4 points, and the 4th escape a total of 5 points. Every 16,000 scored is worth 1 point. First to hatch also gets 1 point. Survivor penalties: bringing banned or limited items, perks, or add-ons is minus 10 points. Changing build after reset is also minus 10 points. And starting with the wrong skin or avatar or a non-listed roster player is minus 5 points as well. All right, folks, we're going to be looking at how the Survivor side earns... Okay, folks, welcome back. Apparently, I'm a treasure. Apparently, that's a thing. We're watching Division Rivals, Flops versus DHOP, and here we go, in-game right now. We're going to go from left to right again. Feed Kills, Heavenly, Lusty, and X-Raz K1 something XX is our Survivor Squad. And we do see them immediately working on totems. Working on dull totems as well, I guess, working away on Undying, try to whittle it down. I think they're suspecting Undying again, which is not uncommon. We do see a Bubba, though. Game Changer 201 bringing a Bubba. Bubba is definitely a potential game changer. He's a strong killer. Now, I do feel like he's already played that loop wrong. I would have gone right through the window, which is exactly what he does there. Very nice. Exactly what I was expecting to see. He should have charged up his chainsaw already, though. Ooh, he charged that way late. A very late chainsaw charge. I am someone who plays a lot of Bubba. I have like 400 hours or so just in Bubba and about 800 in Hag. So Bubba is kind of my secondary. And so I can definitely commentate a little bit more on Bubba than I could on Wraith. But yeah, we did see a very late chainsaw charge. Let's go ahead and check in on our Dwight. From his perspective, how's he doing? He did take an M1 hit. Now, this is something that actually is not that surprising. The reason he took the M1, I'm going to guess, is because he was concerned he wouldn't get the down with the chainsaw. And with a strong survivor, they're going to be able to avoid it for at least a couple of pallets. And we see now Fang in a chase. Ooh, respecting the pallet. Not a good play. You definitely don't want to be respecting the pallet at this high-level play. And again, respecting the pallet. Could have walked straight through and gets a tantrum. Oh, no. Oh, no. Another tough start for DHOP. Oof. This could be a... Well, it could be not a game changer. If the game continues like this, he may be a little bit nervous. He needs to kind of get his head in the game. Let's check on our Survivor Squad. We see Heavenly working our way towards the loop. And Bubba is definitely respecting way too much on these pallets. Vaulting through the window immediately. Doesn't respect it that time, but it wasn't enough distance, unfortunately, and he is going to loop back through that window. I would probably either abandon this jungle gym, which is exactly what he does, or I would have tried to force the pallet drop, which, again, would be difficult, because you'd have to loop it one more time. And we did see a totem go down. Look behind you. Please look behind you. Thank you. Thank you. So we do see the killer very much trying to close in, but again, abandoning the chase. So a non-committal killer this time around. Respecting pallets, not committing, and he goes back instead for Fang Min. So I guess he is committing. Lusty taking an M1 at the window. 2 generators popping at the same time, giving this killer another hard time. This is a very strong survivor squad. And another Styptic agent again. This is where you don't want to react so immediately. Like, if you know she has a med kit and she's not holding one in that moment, you need to just wait for 8 seconds, and you could have had a down right there. And another generator popping. This is very difficult to watch. FPS is shutting down this team today.
That's actually a really good play on the Feng's part, because they lost their med kit, picked it up, and immediately used it because they knew they weren't going to get much use out of it.
Right. Yeah, we do see Franklin's demise in play as well. And Hex Ruin is definitely gone, too, because that generator was not regressing and no one was on it. So Hex Ruin gone. Bubba is going to have a sad game. He's going to be a sad Bubba. And he does find Cheryl, who is going to drop the pallet early, and he is going to chainsaw through it. As he works his way to another pallet. This one being a little bit safe, but not really. Not super safe. And she decides to abandon the pallet. Smart play there, getting a lot of extra distance. As Cheryl now around the short side of the wall, almost taking a hit, but Bubba whiffing into the wall. Vacuum, perhaps? I don't know. But, yeah, that does happen sometimes. And Bubba, again, not committing. Instead, opting to interrupt the generator. And she definitely is going to make that with Dead Hard. Very nice play by Heavenly. And again, Bubba is just having a hard time. I think he just whiffed in the middle of nowhere while she's just standing here at the pallet. Bubba whiffing again. All generators done now. Jesus, man, this is tough. This is tough. Feels bad. And another whiff. Bubba, come on, my man. You're so close to getting it down. She is going to vault that window now and get away from here. And that's going to be a open gate. As will this one be. As we see, she has so much distance right now on the Bubba. There's no way she doesn't make this. That pallet is still there? No, it's gone. That pallet is gone. So she does actually take it down. But right by an exit gate, and we know at least one of these players has borrowed time. Unless they really drastically changed up their build, but that would surprise me. Almost able to secure a second down on the Dwight, but this late into the game, it's just really not going to make that much of a difference. I mean, this is basically a shutout. This is almost painful, actually. We see a nice Dead Hard away, and God Pallet's still here. He's going to drop it immediately. This gives them plenty of time, by the way, to get that unhook, and he is right next to the exit gate. So probably going to take that out very soon as they heal up for safety. And actually, he does get him down by the window, surprisingly.
Ooh.
So Bubba does at least get a second hook, and I think the survivors might leave him here. Yeah, they are leaving him behind. Actually, not quite. Lusty going in for the save solo. This is a risky play because this could risk yet another down. Unless she's going for Hatch. This could be a Hatch tech play. Yeah, I think you're right. That look for a minute she was running towards Shaq, so I thought she'd be going for Shaq. But yeah, I think she's decided against it and instead is going to go either for Hatch or just take the exit if she can't find Hatch quickly enough. Yeah, gonna just take the second exit. 1 extra point still, nonetheless. So, GG's to the team. Able to secure 1 kill, but it's just not a very strong showing by DHOP.
That was brutal.
A nasty blowout. Oh, man. Going into trial number 4, I'm pretty sure they have no way to catch up mathematically at this point. And so let's get those scores tallied in. Rue, really quick. Discordance, Corrupt Intervention, Hex, Ruin, Franklin's. What would you change? By the way, love the light chassis.
Yeah, the light chassis I thought was spicy. That's really cool to see. I'm just going to start doing this rule when it comes to Corrupt Intervention. I'm going to judge how they used it. They did not use Corrupt Intervention very well, so I would say it's not a good perk in the situation.
I would say it's not ideal on Bubba in general.
They used just Ruin by itself. That doesn't feel good. Franklin's Demise, not. I guess it's neither here nor there. Some killers prefer it, some don't. I use it occasionally, depending on the killer. I wouldn't use it on Bubba preferably, but
Score's right.
Fine informational perks, just not utilized. I would prefer just having. I'd prefer Ruin Undying over Franklin's. That was tough. That's all I really have on that one.
All right, then. Well, folks, we're going to do our last breakdown before trial number 4, and then we will be right back in just a moment. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we are watching Week 2 matchup Division Rivals FPS versus DHOP. Welcome. You're watching Vigo's Court. Court is still in session for one more trial, and here is your scoring breakdown of trial number 3. A total of 5 generators getting done. A phenomenal score again by FPS, escaping 3 survivors, one of them dying in basement to a 1 hook, and only 2 hooks in total from the killer side, unfortunately, and a 1K. So that is your breakdown, and that means 22-6 in trial number 3, and again, FPS still leading going into trial number 4. And that is a GG as well. I believe that's pretty much it. There's not really much they can do to come back from this. So, actually nothing they can do. Unless FPS forfeits, which I don't see why they would do that. But, I mean, just saying, like, they would have to forfeit. So here are your game highlights. And, I mean, I would say, like, the highlights are not exciting unless there's, like, action happening. But at the same time, you can credit the survivors for really amazing plays all around. I mean, they're just playing so optimally. It's really fun to watch. Like, they just are paying attention to everything the killer's doing. They're watching very carefully. Rue, maybe you have some thoughts and feedback on that. I know you're not a survivor main, but...
No, I'm critiquing what could have been done better on the killer side to try and... Because what these survivors did so well is you rarely saw them drop pallets unless absolutely necessary. The Bubba didn't force them to drop pallets as much as I feel they could have, but also just the fact that survivors were, like you said, they were never caught out of place. If they were even close, they ran to the nearest jungle gym and they were safe. It was very well planned. I feel like Bubba would have benefited greatly from monitor and abuse, just to maybe get a heads up start on these guys before they got to a safety place.
Absolutely.
They dropped so few pallets.
And as a Bubba main, or not Bubba main, but I guess a Bubba second, he's one of my mains, I guess, if I have more than one. But I would just say Bubba is super strong with his chainsaw if you link them together, but if you use it early too, and he just was using his chainsaws very late, opting to go for M1s way too much. And honestly, I feel like he should have been using that chainsaw way more than he did, and it just wasn't good. Like his first chainsaw, his very first chainsaw was super late and just wasn't effective. So I don't know. I really feel like maybe this is not a main killer for this player, and that's probably why we saw him struggle.
One thing too is that, again, that the survivors did, the best thing you could do to counter Bubba is force him to become an N1 killer. And these survivors did that almost every single time. True, the Bubba had a couple of instances where they might have actually been able to use their secondary chainsaw ability effectively, but the survivors was just so quick to the loop. They forced him to use, they made Bubba an M1 killer. Bubba never really got use of his chainsaw for anything. And it might have been a mixture of, Bubba's fault and the survivors being really good, but that's so tough.
It was a mixture of both of those things for sure. 100%. I mean, there were opportunities that I saw where Bubba almost certainly could have gotten a chainsaw down, or at least very close to one, especially at windows. And he just didn't take the risk and was a little bit too timid with the chainsaw, in my opinion. And while I'm not saying I could have necessarily done better, because nerves probably would have gotten the better of me, I do think that just in general that he could have played more optimally than he did, and that's probably his downfall.
Yeah, and especially on this map, I think monitoring views just getting just a little bit closer could have gave him some chainsaw downs. Just not the most optimized perk build, and yeah, just a couple mistakes here and there. Tough game. Flops has really, really good survivors. They are coordinated. And I think they took a page from PGS's book. They are totem hunters for sure. Ruin Undying hasn't stood a chance in these games.
You want to know something funny?
Hit me.
Sure.
PGS makes fun of us for calling them totem hunters.
Fair.
Well, they are. All right, so let's go ahead and jump into... Yeah, they are definitely totem hunters. They both are. I mean, you guys are definitely totem hunters. I've watched your games. You guys hunt. I mean, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. You hunt the F out of totems. Do it, man. But it's just it is funny that they make fun of you for it, considering that they're I guess known for it. But at the same time, are they wrong? So
where's the lie?
Yeah, right. Where's the lie? But maybe it's just a joking kind of back and forth. My COVID hair is really starting to come out. I might need to buy some new clippers. My clippers broke. Like the battery charger just didn't work. Yeah, I don't know. Like, it wouldn't charge for some reason. So I have COVID hair coming full force. My goodness. Anyway, they're readying up, and we have a final trial for you today before we're done for the evening. Thank you all so much for hanging out. I know it's late, but they're readying up right now, and we're going to run that last rule video for you guys. So for those of you that are new here, welcome. Don't forget to follow, and here's how the games are played. Hello everyone, we're going to be going over these rules and explaining how they work. So, 2 teams will go head-to-head, playing each role twice for a total of 4 trials. In play order is home team kills, survives, and then kills. In addition, teams get points in the trial for objectives, escapes, and hooks. And teams can't bring or use keys, iridescents, event items, or add-ons. Survivors can only bring 2 of a perk or item. Survivors can only bring yellow and brown items, and BP bonuses are awarded post-trial. Broken rules may result in penalties or restarts. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, we're back here again. Week 2 matchup, division rivals Flops versus DHOP, and they're switching roles now. Of course, we have Flops, I believe, doing the killing this time around. And we're going to have them switching to who? Lusty's going to be killing. So let's take a look in-game, and we have an Oni. Probably a really good map for Oni, considering he can just, basically teleport across maps with his superpower. And let's see how he plays it.
Now, I'm surprised they brought Oni.
A little bit surprising, I will admit. But, I mean, the big open area makes it a great way for him to just run across the map really quick. And in order, left to right, Ash Black, Game Changer, Daytara, and Young Flex. Young Flex now the one in chase, as Oni's going to get his first M1, getting him about halfway up on his power meter. And probably going to soak up some of that delicious survivor blood. As Bill's working on his generator, probably going to go interrupt this. And going to try to get a hit on Bill. He does land the hit. We do see 1 totem dropping, though, at that same moment. Oni being almost fully charged already. Very early. Young Flex already healed as well. And he is now charged. Is he going to use his power right away or save it? No, he's using that right away. Not going to waste any time. Charging right after Young Flex toward this semi-safe pallet. Actually deciding to go a different direction. Where is he headed? Let's find out. Lusty, where are you taking us? He's taking us after, I believe that's Francis. And going to take a down here. Very nice play by Lusty, getting a quick down on Ash Black 85. and not going to waste his power. Going to go for the generator. Unfortunately, it does finish before he gets there. However, he could still secure a down, and that survivor has sprint burst, so they do get some extra distance. But ultimately, almost able to get the down right around the corner, but not quite able to land it. And probably going to go ahead and cancel the power up ahead here as it wears down and get the survivor. Oh, but they got right back up and secure a stun. Very nice play by the survivors. We see Ash Black actually able to get up and get away just in time. Now in a chase with Game Changer 201 at Killer Shack. Almost able to mind game it. Game Changer nearly about to take the vault, but doesn't take it. And I do believe that was a bamboozle. As we see him now dropping the pallet.
Bambizzle.
He did. He brought bambizzle. Very nice. Using it to good effect to shut down Killer Shack, as we see Bill now working his way back, but is it going to be enough? He does it. Very nice dead hard into the killer, but he turns around and gets the down. Again, just another beautiful play. Both sides. I mean, that was a good dead hard into the killer, but he didn't fall for it, and he turned around really quick. But 2 gens already done, and only, I believe, 1 hook. So now
Yes.
Lusty's struggling against these survivors, just a little bit. Seems like they may have woken up a little.
First ability, that Demon Rush, did not pan out for them very well. That could have potentially snowballed if they had gotten that Nia down.
Right.
Hey, sorry.
No, you're fine. So Lusty again has his power charged up, is going to go for the Francis. Ooh, nice. Francis kind of mind gamed himself into the killer, and he doesn't even need to use his power, just smacking him with an M1. Getting a second hook, and they're going to probably go for the unhook? Are they going for the unhook? No, they're not. They're going for the unhook. So 2 simultaneous hooks, all very close together, and he does now go for the unhook, but it's a little bit late. He is going to get a hit on her, a little bit of a delayed reaction by Behavior servers. He may have borrowed time as well, trying to bait out a hit. He is counting it down, doing a little bit of window blocking with his body. Very nice as he tries to keep him zoned into this corner. Is counting down those seconds and counted it perfectly to 15, by the way. I think that was exactly a 15-second count and gets him down right there again. Very good, smart play. That's exactly what I was talking about earlier. Letting that wear itself down. Don't let them take advantage of that borrowed time. And he does get a down on Ash Black around the corner. Really well played. Fantastic run. Now a 2-man slug. Could he get another one? She's kind of sneaking her way through the corner. I don't think she's going to get another one here. However, Oni does find Fang Min. No. Wait, Fang Min? Is that Fang Min? Yeah, okay. So, getting another down. So, basically 3-man slugging it. Although one of them just got up. And that'll be another hook. So this is, I mean, he's playing optimally right now. At 2 gens left, this is kind of how you have to play to secure at least a kill and get some extra hooks down. And getting a hook now on Ash Black as well. Ooh, but he has Decisive Strike. Very nice play. And he may even go in for the bomb on the unhook. He does. With borrowed time as well. And a Styptic Agent giving himself borrow, but he's going to hold it out. Again, Lusty is going to wait out the 8 seconds on Ash Black and does it perfectly, getting the down. So we actually saw both of those options I saw earlier, what I was telling you about, where he could have guaranteed hits the other killer on the other team. Could have guaranteed some downs if he had done that to the survivors. Really well played. Young Flex going in for the unhook. Game Changer also going in. All the survivors healed up. Daytara taking a hit around Killer Shack. And we see Oni nearly completely powered back up. And unfortunately, Young Flex is going to take a hit around the corner. And Bill as well. So he may be able to get everybody injured again and even maybe able to get it down on someone. Heading toward Killer Shack, he's going to try to get the down on these survivors who are working on the gen. And I think if he gets Ash Black down here, that would be a secured kill. But he doesn't go for them, instead going for the, I believe, Cheryl? Oh, gosh. I'm bad with these survivor names. A Kate, maybe, yeah. I've seen these skins a million times, and I still get them wrong. Very nice. Could get the Bill here. Ooh, but Bill drops the pallet, and he goes a little bit early. Generator about to pop, leaving them with one gen left. And what is our killer friend doing? Trying to stop that gen from getting done. For sure, very smart. And he may actually be able to secure a hit on Francis here. Very nice, and that'll be a death hook for Francis, and could be the kill that he needs to secure the 4K. Although we do see Ruin now dropping. And Tinkerer going off on the nearly completed gen. Are they going to get it done? No, Oni's going to come for it. He does find Bill kind of sneaking around it. Unfortunately, Bill wasn't able to hide from him. And he's going to go for the pallet. No, he leaves the pallet. He probably could have looped that a little bit. I know it's not a super safe pallet, but he almost had that. Ooh, very close to going down at the window. But not going to be enough. The gen does get done. This game is probably the closest one we've seen of the 4 games, which is unfortunate that DHOP wasn't able to get this close before, but unfortunately Daytara also going to go down, and that is going to be first hook for Daytara. Young Flex almost done with their generator. And exploding it, unfortunately, as they let go, giving killer information. And Bill, again, doing a dead hard into the killer. Not going to work, though. We already know that doesn't work, so why do it again? I don't know. And does end up going down, and that would be second hook for Game Changer. He's going for the 4-man slug here. He's not messing around. He wants to end this game right now. And he is going to do it right there at the T&L loop. And unless Bill has an unbreakable, this could be GG. Oh, did we just see a 4%? Very nice 4%. Kobe. Wow. Ooh. A very lucky 4%.
Respect it.
Of course he's not going to respect. This is a competition. Why are you coming in on this one? All right, Young Flex on the hook is now going to come off of it with now going to be on death hook as well. And Daytara going down again. Do they have DS? No DS. And a little nod to his friends. Yeah, get the unhook so I can get more hooks. That's what he's saying. He's like, yeah, sure, give me more free hooks. Absolutely. I will take them. Extra points are extra points. Who's complaining, right? And Bill probably going to go down. Is he going to wait out the... Yeah, oh, he didn't even have borrow time. Ooh. He just keeps nodding like, yeah, get the unhook. Go ahead. Go ahead. Keep doing it. Keep doing it. Let's keep juggling one for oneing. Absolutely. That'll be second hook. Now everybody will be on death hook at this point. This is exactly what this killer wants right now.
Yeah, I did not think that Lusty was going to be able to come back and completely turn the game around.
Me neither. But honestly, I think... they've just made so many mistakes at the end game here and basically given it away to Lusty and given him almost a perfect game. Like if he gets everybody hooked right now, and wow, a beautiful down there with his I forgot what they call his ability, but wow.
Demon Dash?
Demon Dash, thank you. It was on the tip of my tongue. And that is a death hook for Daytara 101. And gonna be death hook for everyone else as well. Young Flex gonna be on death hook. Game Changer gonna be on death hook, and we see him going immediately for Game Changer. Oh, I believe if he has DS, he could be saved here. What's he putting out the toolbox for? This isn't MMR. You can't just give offerings and expect to work it out with the kill. This isn't a negotiation. again, going for the 4-man slug.
Lusty
Now,
has blood red
Yeah, go
vision.
ahead.
They see the 12 hook. They see the 12 hook perfect game incoming.
Yeah, they do. He sees it on. He has it on the tip of his, like, just right there on the tip of his hammer. He's like, "Yeah, please, I really want it." Unfortunately, I have a feeling he may not be able to get it exactly because he hasn't found Hatch yet. And unless he does that, the other survivor could potentially get out or finish a gen if he spends too much time searching.
Good point.
Okay, he does find Hatch. Now, can he maintain where Hatch is? Can he remember that? Probably. It's not too far away from where he is right now. Just has to get the hook on Bill, then he can run back for the Hatch. Killer does have the advantage in this situation because he can close the hatch on this. Even if the survivor's standing on it, he can close the hatch in their face. Death hook for Game Changer. Really hoping to prevent the escape, I assume. So he's going to probably want to also watch where the exit gates are.
One thing impressive, too, is they've almost maxed out their blood orb points, too.
Right.
That's not easy.
Yeah, it's pretty close to maxed out. So he does see some blood over here, indicating a survivor is either over here or was over here recently-ish, and we'd see some blood going that direction. So he's tracking the blood down, trying to find the survivor. Let's check in and see where they are. Ooh, hiding in a locker. Probably not the wise thing to do when you got blood pouring out of you in the shape of orbs. But she doesn't get out. She gets out of the locker, is going to go for the gate. Unfortunately, Oni is not far behind, and pretty much no matter what, unless she dies to the entity, this is a hook and a perfect game for Lusty.
Have they maxed out all their categories? I think they have.
I'm pretty sure. Gonna go ahead and use his power one last time. And a beautiful way to end it, getting that down right around the corner. Bill is so adorable, says ASMR Kent Burrs. I love Bill. He's one of my favorites. Well, GG's, folks. That was, I believe, a perfect game. Maybe even a 32,000 game. 12 hooks. Absolutely beautiful. And Hatch. Let's see. 32,000 points.
Yeah.
The second perfect game that we've seen in this league. The other one coming from Gothergy in Season 0. Later in 2020, I suppose.
Brutal. Oh my goodness. I love Bamboozle. I think that's actually a really good perk on this map. There's so many strong jungle gyms and Shack that's right nearby. I think Bamboozle is really good. I'm just surprised they brought Oni. Oni, I'd imagine, like, this is their home map, right? Why would you bring Oni? Oni is such a good killer. I'm very curious. I'm gonna ask them about that.
Yeah, I would like to know as well, and maybe you guys can definitely ask at the end game. But yeah, this was a shutout by FPS shutting out DHOP. I mean, it was just phenomenal plays all around.
Yeah. Ruin Undying, Tinkerer, Standard. I think it's absolutely perfect on Oni.
Right. All right. Well, guys, we're going to do our final breakdown of the day, and we'll be right back in a moment. Let's take a look. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Week 2 matchup. Division rivals FPS versus DHOP. And you're watching Vigo Square. We hope you're enjoying today's show. It's been a phenomenal set of games for FPS. Let's take a look at this breakdown. A total of 4 gens in trial number 4 are getting done, which isn't, I mean, terrible. They just got kind of screwed after that. 0 escapes. Not a single person getting even close. 12 hooks. 12 hooks, guys. And of course a 4K. I mean, yeah, if you got 12 hooks, it's a 4K. Like, that's just how the math works. 92-17, a complete shutdown by Flops, and they are convicted of murder. So congratulations to Flops on your perfect game. The first one of the season. Probably won't be the last either. So yeah, as we get ready for cross-examinations, Rue, go ahead.
We have a redeem for Poggard High Five.
Okay.
Oh, you guys are straining Poggy.
All right. Just a second. Just a second. Okay. Just a second. All right, here we go.
Second. Okay. Don't leave me hanging. Don't leave me hanging. Oh no! Please no, Poggy. Oh.
Oh, look at him. The poor guy. I'm so sorry, Rue. I am so sorry. All right, let's get back to these.
Chad, are you
highlight
gonna
reels.
take this? He enacted violence upon me.
I did not.
It's almost like he's a killer main.
You kind of deserved it. I don't know
wow.
what to say.
Oh
It
wow.
was deserved
Toxic.
violence. All right. Who is going to be coming in for the post-game cross exams?
We have Ash Black from
DHOP.
DHOP first. Ash, are you there? Hello, Ash.
You are muted.
Well, all right. While he tries to figure that out, Rue, do you want to follow him in here and see if you can get him to unmute? I'm going to pull in Lusty for the moment. Lusty is on FPS. And is also muted and has his headphones off. Lusty, can you hear us? Ah, there we go.
Oh, hello.
Hey, how's it going, man?
Pretty good.
Well, that last game was literally perfect. So, GG's to that. And what made y'all bring Oni? We were all questioning the entire time why you would bring an Oni, being such a strong killer.
Honestly, like I'm personally not like good with walking killers, and I'm one of our killers. So, walking killers, like I guess it was Oni. That was my like bad walking killer, and I wanted to practice more with Oni, so I just decided to bring him. So it was sort of like a burn in a way because I wanted to practice him, but I also wanted to get like a lot of hooks, and so I just brought Oni.
Okay, so this
Well,
is your
alright.
bad killer. You got a perfect score with
Yeah,
your worst killer? Okay.
It's
thank you for
my
that.
bad killer.
Wow. Phenomenal.
I mean, you weren't looking at a perfect game early on. I mean, you just kind of fell into a perfect game as it went on.
Yeah.
I don't think you were initially setting out looking for exactly 12 hooks, but I think you did realize once you had the opportunity and you went for it. Am I incorrect?
Yeah, of course. I literally thought I was gonna like do like bad, but then I started picking it up, and I'm like, okay, like good, and yeah, I'm kind of happy. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm just very surprised by literally how dominant this match was. 92-17 is the final score. That's just ugh. That's a hard match to watch,
Yeah, I kind of like in the beginning, like our first killer, we just wanted to get the most points, kind of to see how they do in like how we do in Survivor, just in case we kind of flop. But our comms were like excellent. Like we kept calling the killer out, so we always knew exactly like where to position ourselves, like in a jungle gym or things like that. We're always ready and always looking out for it. And I also had hunch, so I kept calling out every single totem. Like, yeah, and we also like before the game even like began, we also warmed up and we made sure we were ready. Not like the last time. Like,
yeah, I mean, I guess it's true what they say. Like you're only remembered by your last performance, because I don't actually remember what happened last week. I'm remembering right now. So, yeah, y'all looked phenomenal on Survivor's side. Everything looked pretty optimal. Didn't look like you were making any bad calls almost ever. I can't even think of one. Y'all were playing so strong. Did y'all even give up? Y'all gave up one hook in 2 games. Am I wrong in that?
They got hooked twice in one of the games,
3.
and then
I don't remember.
yeah, they got
3
3
Yeah,
hooks
it
in
was
total.
3. It was 3, I think. Yeah.
Y'all gave up 3 hooks in 2 games. That's insane. That's crazy. Y'all are madmen.
Yeah.
Y'all
Of
deserve
course.
to be locked up. I mean, y'all were convicted of murder, so I guess y'all do deserve to be locked up.
The previous match we played against, I think it was Loop Artists. like I said, like even the interview before, like I underestimated them as playing like because if I'm being honest, against good people, like really really good survivors, I am like bad with like walking killers. So I felt like against the good teams, I'm gonna use my really really good killers, and that's all I have to say. Like that's just it. I'm gonna use my good killers on good teams. So yeah, just look out for that. And yeah.
Well, GG's. Wait around for a sec. We're gonna go back to Ash Black and see if he's gonna unmute this time.
They're
And,
server muted. I think you need to undo the server mute.
Oh, okay. I will move him in here, and he's not server
There we are.
muted.
There they are.
Oh.
Yep.
Lusty will get right back with you. Ash, how you doing?
Hey, I'm good. How you guys doing?
We're doing all right. So, let's talk about what happened out there. Did y'all win last week? What refresh my memory. What happened last week?
Oh no, we got our ass whooped last week.
Oh, okay.
They faced Port Mafia last week.
Can you mute whatever's in the background?
Hold on. Is that any better? I'm sorry, man. I'm on my phone.
Yeah, that's probably that works. So yeah, I guess let's talk about what y'all need to improve on and what you think you saw out there that y'all could have done better.
I mean, the old go-to is communication. We need to make sure we're talking and everything. I don't know, man, it just kind of fell apart. You know, I think we came in, and I don't think we entered this expecting to come in and razzle dazzle. You know what I mean? But it's definitely a different stuff like that. So, you know, we're just trying to find our groove, and hopefully we'll get where we need to get to. You know what I mean?
Well, we've seen a lot of teams start out slow and turn into something. So, you know, that's definitely not out of the question. You stand a chance at maybe possibly getting there. And I feel like I'm like totally doing y'all disservice. I just keep looking at the score and I'm blown away. That was crazy. That was an insane difference.
Yeah, absolutely.
What were y'all talking about in the fourth game when y'all were going and getting the unhooks? Were y'all like trying to help him get the perfect game, or did y'all realize he was on the verge of it? What were y'all thinking?
I mean, I was dead by that point. When I'm dead, I try to I try to stay out of it, to do their teamwork and do what they need to do. But I think you know, they were just trying to survive at that point. They had I think like 2 gens that were decently pumping, but I mean, he was patrolling the hell out of it. Let's get the hell of a killer.
Yeah, no, Lusty was really good with what he's claiming to be one of his bad killers. I'm terrified to see what one of his good killers looks like. But,
yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna turn it over to Rue and see if Rue has anything to ask. Rue?
I don't see either of your killers. I was curious, what was the Wraith and Bubba picks? They didn't seem like they were optimal builds, and you guys definitely seem like you guys are better at surviving than what your killers were able to bring. Are you guys just more of a survivor oriented team than killer? Are you still picking up killers? What's the word on that?
Yeah, I think Flex said last week, Derry you know, was, you know, phenomenal killer, but he just I guess he just got bored with the game and put it down for like 10 months or so, and he agreed to come back and help us, and he's just been trying to get back in the ropes. I saw some people in the lobby point out, you know, he was ranked 12. And I mean, he's trying to get up there and, you know, so he can get back in the groove of things and everything. As far as game change, basically, yeah, we're more of a survival oriented. Game changer steps in for us and tries to get some, you know, kills and do his thing as well. But there just isn't a lot of, you know, killers on our side, unfortunately. I mean, I think Flex said the same thing. Y'all don't want to see me in here trying to kill with Stabby Boy or anything like that, so It's not going to be good on us. So,
well, one thing you guys can definitely, because you guys are a pretty decent survivor squad, so you can definitely get your killers a lot of practice if you're able to make time for it. Do you guys
Absolutely.
are you guys still going to look for other killers to try and fill out your roster, or are you guys just going to concentrate on the ones you have?
I think we're probably going to look at maybe we can add maybe one more. We're definitely going to continue to practice. Continue doing our things. This is a learning experience for us. Looking at the map selection for our home team versus what everybody else picked. Who we've got as the survivors, the killers we use the perks. We're just going to try to do our best to expand on that so that we can learn and do better.
For sure. And you've got plenty of time to catch up. We've seen plenty of teams come back from deficits, being the underdogs, coming out to be one of the better teams, BGS from last season, such as. So I'm sure we haven't seen the last from you guys yet. I'm looking forward to see what you guys have in the future. That's really all the questions I have.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We're looking forward to continuing in the league. Thank you, guys.
So you heard it here
right.
first,
I guess,
folks. Apparently, they are recruiting for at least one killer. So if you're interested in joining DHOP, helping them out with their killer squad, you know what to do. Go down to the Discord or email league@vigoscourt.com. Join on the website as well, vigoscourt.com. So shall we wrap it up, guys?
Yeah, I was just about to ask if they had anything they'd like to say to each other.
Yep.
GG's. GG's. I can say that we've been scrimming a lot. So even against teams in other leagues, but we're just trying to get better. Especially me, because I'm really bad with my walking killers. So, but yeah, GG's, man.
We appreciate it. GG's to you.
Oh yeah. We recently picked up a new killer in Survivor, which is Raz too. So shout out to Raz. Raz is he's pretty good. I like the way he performed today too. So yeah, and same with the feed kills. But yeah.
And is there anything y'all want to say to the chat before we sign out?
Do you mind if I ask what's our next? Let me look at this game.
There it is. Your next game, you can go to the website and see at least when you're supposed to be, who you're supposed to be playing next. I don't know if we have it scheduled yet. I'll have to look at that. But tomorrow we do have Undying Alliance versus BGS and Death by Pallets versus Siphon. So a doubleheader tomorrow starting at 7 p.m.
I'm excited.
All right, let's get going. And Rue, do you want to take us out?
Dead by Pallets. Dead by Pallets is who you play next.
Oh well.
Oh, okay.
Good luck. I recommend you guys to practice a lot. Trust me.
Thank you. Thank you very much for the kind words to each other.
Before we head out, I think we should remind them we got merch at vigoscourt.tv. Check out your favorite teams. We got stickers and t-shirts. Support them. Support us. Support the stream. Follow if you haven't already. Subscribe if you haven't already. Share us with your friends and family. We are looking to grow anywhere we can. We got patreon.com/vigoscourt where you can support us there as well. And yeah, this was Flops versus Death. Not Death by Pallets. The D messes me up. The D messes me up every time. Versus DHOP. Flops coming out in the lead. I'm Little Rugard. This is Poggy. We will see you tomorrow at 7. 7 is the time? Yes?
7 p.m. Eastern, yes.
7 p.m.
And then 10.
We will see you there.
All right.
Thank you for watching.
Uh-oh. 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 So before the first gen even pops, trying to bait out a hit there, but not able to get it. Ricky's AT able to get away. That was a missed decisive strike.